Okay, right, here we go. We're just gonna crank it up to full throttle and launch it. There we go. We're not gonna worry about a countdown. We're too busy for countdowns. There's not enough time in the world for countdowns. Hello, Tycoon-A-Nites. This is Tycoon-A-Tron, and welcome back to another episode of Kerbal Space Program. Yes, we're back in Kerbal Space Program, the mini-series that I'm currently doing as I'm away in Australia, getting married to Casper. So you get to have all these awesome episodes that I've pre-recorded in the past while you're in the future, so that I can come back in the future and comment on your comments that you made on the episode that I made in the past in the future. What? I don't even know what I'm talking about. That doesn't matter anymore. Okay, so basically, we had a problem last episode where the parachutes were not working correctly. So if we actually... I have a feeling that if we make the parachutes jettison later in a different stage, like this, then they should be fine, I think. What I'm going to do as well is... I think I can I... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. No. So we're going to try and get this thing into space this episode. So we're going to put the air brakes back on. Can you put the air brakes back on? There you go. We got our lovely, lovely air brakes that don't seem to snap off, even though the parachutes do. So let's go and see if this will even work this time and not screw up like we did last time. So this is the TAT. Is this still the TAT 2? Yes, this is still the TAT. The TAS. This is the TAS 2. TAS 2. So let's launch the TAS 2. This time we're going to get into space. It's going to be great. It's going to be the best thing ever. Heaps better than sliced spaghetti juice. I don't know how you get spaghetti juice. Or have it sliced. I don't know. Maybe I'll talk to myself in the future again. Okay, right, here we go. We're just going to crank it up to full throttle and launch it. There we go. We're not going to worry about a countdown. We're too busy for countdowns. There's not enough time in the world for countdowns. Okay, so... Alright, we're already running out of fuel on some of the rockets, which is great. This is intended. The asparagus staging is working as intended. I'm just going to thrust down a little bit so we go through the thicker atmosphere at a slower speed. We can jettison those rockets because they run out of fuel. See you later, rockets. Have fun. Maybe we should put parachutes on you so they don't crash into the ground and kill people. Maybe that's probably a good idea. Oh well, we don't need parachutes at the moment. They'll be fine. They'll be fine, don't worry. Alright, so here we go. We're currently at 5,000 kilometers. No, we're at 5,000 meters, not kilometers. 6,000 meters. I've just realized that I haven't turned SAS on, so we better turn that on so we don't lose control of the ship. We jettison the extra stage of rockets like that. We don't want to carry any extra weight. We are at 10,000 meters and climbing. Let's go and thrust up to full throttle right now because we went through the lower atmosphere, so now we're in the upper atmosphere. I might just start to pitch the ye old TAS 1 over a bit. Jettison those rockets. See you later, rockets. Bye. Maybe jettison you, not jettison you. Maybe tip you over a little bit more to about 45-ish degrees. Is that 45 degrees? I don't think that's 45 degrees. I think it's 60 degrees. So there we go. We're getting ourselves some lateral movement now. These are still red. I don't know why they're red. Does that mean they're on fire and they're going to die? I have no idea. And the final rockets like that. Now let's cut the engines and have a look how high we are going to currently get to. We're going to get to 86 kilometers. That's fine enough, I think. If we put a maneuver node right in here and get it to flip around the other way, we might want to go... So that's going to go to 120 kilometers. Let's move that back down a little bit. 90... No, we'll go to... There we go. We'll go to 100 and... No, we'll go to... Yeah, well, sure. We'll go to 205, whatever. So there we got a maneuver node in there now. Then we go back into the thing and we'll line this... We'll turn RCS on. RCS, there you go. Now we've got little thrusters that'll help us maneuver in the atmosphere when there's no... when our engines aren't going or anything. We want to line up with this like that. Like so. Oh, there goes the... We're in space. The space music just started. Okay, so in 59 seconds we want to burn for 56 seconds. So at 25 seconds we want to start, about 25 seconds. we will, at 25 seconds or 30 seconds? Yeah, we'll do it 30 seconds, then we should thrust to, we should max our thrust up, and then see how we go. I'm not going to press the space bar like I did last time. Alright, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, full thrust to the engine! Right, now this will go down, and we should go, and we're basically, right now, we're stabilizing our orbit. We're getting some lateral motion. It's not really lateral, is it? I suppose it is. In relation to the Earth, it's lateral. Lateral momentum, so that we will stay in orbit, basically. So we just got to wait until this little thing burns down, and then we'll be at the right height. We might have to do another stabilization once we get around to the other side. So we're getting a little bit lowish on fuel, which is not great. Okay, so now we want to cut the end. Oh, whoa! Right, we're in a stable orbit now because I just saw the camera change. For that, we're at 194,000 kilometers above the Earth. That's great. Apoapsis. Our periapsis is 79 kilometers, and our apoapsis is 196 kilometers. So we're in orbit right now. We can just stay here and we will never fall back down. But that is not what we're going to do. Basically, let's go ahead and warp around to the other side of the planet over here. And we will be in darkness. I hope we don't run out of electricity now, I think about it. That's probably I should have looked at that. Okay, so over here, we're going to come back here. We're going to warp back down to 1. We're going to go into the map. Right, now, I want to de-orbit this thing. Right now, it's very, very, very dark, and you can barely see. You can see us if we look this way. You can see the outline of the ship. Maybe I'll do this where we can see. So let's go just warp around a little bit and get back into the sun. Okay, so around here, we should be fine. If we go back in here. Oh! It's laggy a bit. I don't know why. There's the sun. Okay, great. So now if we turn around, if we use our little things to turn around, how are we going with fuel and electricity? Electrical charge is okay. We've got to watch our electrical charge, because currently we don't have anything to produce electricity while we're in space. Somehow, everyone that's in the crew capsule is fine. So, okay, right. So now we are pointing in the opposite direction of where we are going. And we are going to burn the rocket. We're going not going to set a fire to it. We're going to... Basically, we're going to thrust the rocket up to full thrust. And that's actually... We might wait a little bit longer. We might wait until we get a little bit better into the sunlight. Like that. Okay, right. It's daytime now. So now we're going to point in the opposite direction of which we are traveling, and we are going to thrust the rocket to full thrust, and we should de-orbit the rocket. Because basically to go back into the atmosphere, if people don't know this, to go back in the atmosphere, the most efficient way is to go push the rocket in the opposite way you're going. So it's not, you don't point the rocket to the ground and fire towards the ground. That you would never get there. Basically, you've got to slow yourself down. So you just point yourself in the opposite direction and then thrust. We're going to burn up all of our fuel. There we go. We're out of orbit already. I don't think we need to burn up all our fuel. Let's have a look. We're going to land. Hang on. Where's Kerbal? Is Kerbal Space? The Space Center is like actually like that right there, I think. Is it there or is it? Oh no, it's around here. We're on Africa. It's there. So we're going to land in a different continent, which is all right. We might just thrust up a little bit and get that down to about there-ish. So this is basically telling us where we're going to go. By the time we get there, Kerbal would have rotated, so that'll be out of the way. But basically, we don't need this engine anymore. Bye, engine! See you later, engine. So that engine's going to collapse and fall down into the ground, and it'll be fine, don't worry. But now, we just have to wait. We just have to hold our horses. We are going to... There's a G-force meter somewhere, isn't there? Oh, there's a G-force meter. So we can actually see how much G-forces the Kerbals are actually pulling as we go into the atmosphere, because I'm pretty sure we're going to be going pretty fast. Look at the mountains over there. Mountains, Gandalf, mountains. So I think we're actually going to end up landing in the ocean at this rate. I'm pretty sure we're going to land in the ocean. We're not going to land here. We're going to land like here-ish. But we will see, because we'll hit the atmosphere and start creating drag and everything like that and slowing ourselves down. So we're already going to the atmosphere right now. The rocket is up there. The big fuel tank and everything is up all the way over there. But we should start seeing some re-entry effects happening. I think. I might just turn SAS off and let gravity do its stuff. Gravity? No, not gravity. We got all these massive brakes, air brakes on this ship, which actually wouldn't really work. But the rocket is still way up in the air. No, we don't want that way. Brakes, brakes. I hope this does it the right way. This is not good. We're going to turn SAS back on and point ourselves backwards. SAS is like magical braking system. No, not braking system. Okay, there we go. We're going. That was close. We just nearly burnt up on re-entry. We've got the air brakes out. We're going to slow. Currently, we're not really pulling any Gs at all, which is kind of interesting. Even though we're re-entering the atmosphere. That G meter is not going up at all. Now if we turn SAS off, we should point in the direction that we want to go. There we go. We are going to land in the ocean, pretty sure. There we go. Oh, the Gs are actually quite fine. That's weird. That's very, very weird. I would have thought the Gs to be higher than that, but they're not. Oh, they're getting up there. They're getting up there. We've still got the maneuver node in atmosphere, but that's fine. This is working. I can't believe those air brakes are working. That doesn't make any sense to me. You would think that those air brakes would be, like, broken off and everything. But they're fine. They're fine! Yeah, look at that. We came through the atmosphere. Now we're going... Oh, we just broke the sound barrier, I think. That was the sound barrier. Oh, you can see the rocket over there just falling to its doom. We're pulling about 1 G. It's not that extreme, actually. Which is surprising, because I thought this would have been quite insane. I thought that would have been quite insane, sort of. Yeah, so now we got like no G's left. That's great. It's like that's a really good re-entry. Okay, so we can now probably deploy the parachutes because they're no longer red. So are we're still slowing down a bit. I might just wait for about I don't know. Maybe we'll just deploy one and see how we go. Deploying the parachute. There we go. We got one deployed. So it's got a little drope chute on. That's great. It is yellow currently. That's a little bit concerning. That's what I mean. It's like gone yellow, so it's like, danger, danger. So good thing we got the other parachutes here. We might deploy the other parachutes in a bit. We are going to land in the water as well. But once this actually gets... Let's deploy the other parachutes. They should be fine. They should all be fine if we all deploy them together, right? There'll be less pressure on that one parachute and more pressure on all. Deploy the parachutes. There we go. They're all yellow. We're slowing down a lot better now. I think a lot quicker. I hope they don't snap off like they seem to do sometimes. But it looks like we had to put the parachutes on a different thing. I love this like little spirally sort of weird air brake thing that we've got going on. It's kind of cool. All right. Coming back down in the atmosphere. We're going 81 meters a second, which is actually quite manageable. We are going to land in the ocean in the middle of nowhere, but that's fine. I mean, it's a complete desert over here and everything, but that's great. Yeah, now we just have to wait to get back down to the ground. And meanwhile, the rocket has landed over there somewhere. But that's the way it is. That's just the way it is. Okay. Are we going to land anytime soon? No. We can speed up time. Speeding up time sometimes breaks the physics. I might wait until the parachute's fully deployed. I think. What if we turn the brakes off? We probably can turn the brakes off now. Now we're coming in for a landing. We don't turn the brakes off and go into our cone shape thing. Oh, there they go. They're fully deployed. Now we're coming down. We're at 800 meters. Oh, look, you can see our shadow on the ocean. We'll just speed ourselves up a little bit. Which we're not currently really speeding ourselves up much at all. We are going so slow. We're falling like incredibly slow. Quick, put the brakes on. Does that actually slow us down? I don't even know if that's slowed us down or not. I think it did actually. That doesn't make any sense. This would be a really cool spaceship to like land on the moon with all those leg things there. I don't think it would work like that, but anyway, we're coming down. There's a big line going through the middle of the screen. I don't know why. But we should just come down here and land safely in the water. I think. I hope. How high are we now? Oh, hang on. Here we go. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Like, did you just see what happened? Everything exploded. Put the brakes on, quick. And we can actually... Oh, there we go. Look at that. We can actually have... No, go away, whoever you are. We can actually have, like, someone EVA. Look, oh, I'm on the spaceship. Look at this. And you can right-click on them and go, EVA report. Yep. This is most precarious situation. Okay, that's fine. We can get help back in now. Oh, there you go. How was that? And you can generate, can't you go and generate stuff? Transfer crew, review, stored data, crew report. There you go, crew report. You record the crew's assessment of the situation. That's great, thank you. But anyway, that is how you Kerbal Space Program. Because now you can actually go up here and go recover vessel. And you recover the vessel and you get some money back and we go back to the space station. And that was a successful mission. And we would normally get science for that because we did do a report and everything like that. But anyway, I'm actually going to have call this episode here. This is a shorter one than usual, but I have done all these episodes back to back. I am recording a whole bunch of episodes together. So, oh look at that. We got Jebediah, Bob, and Bill all back from space safely. Let's just go back in here and fly the Batwing one more time. Come on! Where's the Batwing when you need it? Load the Batwing. Load. Where's the Batwing? Batwing, there you are. Come on, Batwing, load. There's all these other already made planes and stuff in here. But yes, if you have liked this episode, then please do leave a like. If your feelings are more complicated than a thumbs up or a thumbs down, then please leave it in the comment section. If you want to see more Kerbal Space Program, and you're not yet subscribed, I might not be doing any, but I do other stuff as well. So if you want to see more Kerbal Space Program in the future, please do go ahead and put it down in the comment section, because then I will be more likely to do it in the future. If you want to see other series that I do, like Roller Coaster Tycoon and Planet Coaster and all that sort of stuff, then please do go ahead and subscribe. But as soon as we get this thing off the ground and start flying at the speed of sound, then we will be in the future, and Batman will be very happy. Why are we going over? No, there we go. Batwing, thank you, Batwing. You're the best. There you go. Gear up in the Batwing. I love this little airplane. It's so cool. Such a cool little airplane. I wish we could make it. I wish we could paint it black. Because Batman would definitely fly this thing if he was a real thing. Pulls all the G's as well. Look at that. But anyway, guys, this has been Tycoon-A-Tron, and have a good day!